everyone, I'm Sarah Gerson and I wanted to welcome you to Adolescent Development Psych 208 online. I wanted to say hi and introduce myself and tell you a little bit about myself and about the course. My name's Sarah Gerson. You can call me Sarah or Dr. Gerson or Professor Gerson, whatever you're more comfortable with. I have a PhD in cognitive neuroscience, which means I study the brain, specifically applied to education, how students learn and how teachers should teach. And I've been teaching classes about adolescence and child development and introductory psychology for over 20 years. I love this class in particular because adolescence is one of the great times of change in our lives. Aside from birth to about 2 years of age, it's the greatest physical, psychological, social, emotional, cognitive development that we will experience in our lives. And we've all gone through it, and we see other people going through it as well. So it's a fascinating time to talk about. We're going to take a really quick sprint through adolescent development, and we're going to cover it in just a few weeks. So this course you should really think about. You're starting off running, and you're going to run from the very beginning all the way to the end. So I wanted to give you a little introduction to the class and to the syllabus and let you know a little bit about it. Hopefully by now you've found the syllabus on the Cobra site and you've downloaded it, so you know a little bit about the class. If you haven't read it yet, please do. There are a couple things I want to point out. One, feel free to please contact me through email. Usually that's through the Cobra website. That's the best place to get me. I'd like you to do it through our Psych 208 class, so enter into our class first and then email me. That way it gets to the correct folder. You can also text me. That's a great way to get me because sometimes I'm out with my own pre-adolescent children. My contact number is on the syllabus, but please make sure to do it between about 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. because my kids get up pretty early and they go to bed pretty early. And if you text me, let me know your name and that you're contacting me about 208.